Okay, there we go. I had to find my good earbuds that had the good mic on it. So we are just gonna have a little discussion, just kind of talk a little bit. I have my camera off at the moment just because I don't really have much to show. And I mean, if anyone in the chat is watching, hello, Wonder Brooker. Hello, how are you doing this afternoon or morning? How are you doing? If you hear anything in the background, I apologize. Um, yeah, let me know how you are doing. Okay, sorry about that. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm just waiting to get the Bricklink parts to start working on the first building of my mock. So those parts should be in by tonight because for some reason the mail here seems to get really, or for some reason the mailman here usually gets here later. They used to have the mail by 12:45, but now um, they switched it so that it came at like 5 or something like that. And now I think because of the whole what's currently going on, I think they switched it to a later time. But I should hopefully have that shot and put up, depending whether or not I mess up like I did on the one that I shot. I said it was the fourth um haul video, but technically it's the third, so I have to go in and edit that again. But yeah, that's pretty much how things are going at the moment. And then besides that, I've just been trying to organize around here and keep myself um, busy through all of this. So there's that, and then trying to figure out what Lego set I want to get next because I've been looking at the Saturn V, but because of Amazon being, well, because I have Amazon Prime and because of Amazon switching their deliveries to the 1 to 2 day Prime for being for essential items, I'm kind of thinking whether or not I want to order the Saturn V or if I want to just get the Lego Ideas mech suit. Because I'm also trying to think of sets that I want to get that kind of fit into my mock that I'm working on, which is I'm planning on building a space city, and I'm not too sure how that's going to go. but I kind of want to see how far I can get from now until the end of the year, because it's also getting a little bit harder to get to go to the store and get Lego sets and stuff, because of again what's going on. So it's slightly frustrating, but it's understandable. What's up, Ninja? Titanium J, hello, hello. I remember the last time I tried to do one of these, no one showed up. So it's cool that I have some people to interact with on this one. So that is a plus. So, it's getting harder to get, it's harder to get sets. And then there's also, um, my second hobby, which is besides Lego, I also happen to collect action figures, and that's what I did while I was in my dark ages. I just mostly started collecting action figures, and then um, there were a lot of figures that I was planning on getting this year, but well, I wouldn't say a lot, but there were quite a few that were supposed to be coming out this year that I was planning on getting, but then it didn't happen. So it just kind of sucks all around. We are on the same page. I'm on level 1 in my city also. What are you just doing a regular city, or are you doing like a different kind of city? I'm curious. I'm curious uh to hear how everyone is doing their cities. I like having uh or at least asking around, that way I can see what everyone's different thought processes for doing cities. But yeah, that's kind of what is happening. Um, there were a lot of wrestling figures that were supposed to come out this year that I don't know if they're coming out this year or not. Um, there was some 1/18 scale stuff that I was looking at getting, which I don't know if that stuff's coming out either, um, because of where the particular company is located. And then there was some import figures that were anime related that I was looking at getting too. So, um, but because I have all of my, at least most of my brick, I have it in a bin in the living room. I can't quite get access to it yet. Um, so I can't like pull out everything and show you guys that. And the same thing with my action figures, because I just organized all that, and that was a pain in itself. But luckily, most of that stuff was organized anyway. Like um, some of the figures that I have, they're import figures from Japan, so some of them come with little baggies to put everything in. So there's that. But I mean, I can show you that stuff if if anyone's interested in that. I can show that stuff off. Um, I was planning on going live this morning, but then I was like, you know what? I don't want to, you know, go live at like 6 something in the morning, and then, you know, no one or at least anyone that was wanted to watch it would be half asleep or something like that. So just wanted to see that. Have you streamed before as I'm new to your channel? Um, hmm. Well, at least this StreamYard thing I'm new to. I haven't quite used it as much as everyone else has. Um, because before I left, Google Hangouts was still a thing where you could just go into Google Hangouts and then live stream off of that. And you could even do it off your phone too. You could have just went to the desktop version to Google Hangouts, or oh no, you had to go through YouTube and then it went to Google Hangouts. And then if you had the app, you could have just did it off that. But I guess when that deal between Google and YouTube didn't happen, they got rid of Hangouts and you weren't able to live stream off that. And then this StreamYard popped up, and then people started using that. So that was uh, that was interesting. Are you home self isolating? Well, at the moment I am, but Fridays and Saturdays I work in the mornings. Usually I work um, in the evening until closing at my job on Fridays, and then I come in the morning on Saturday. But because of the virus, my boss had asked me to come in the mornings, which I don't really mind because I'm usually up at this time anyway. As Galagade would know, I'm usually up super early in the morning, so I don't mind that, and it just means a few more dollars on my paycheck, which isn't a bad thing either. So that's always a plus. Well, it's just a little town, but I'm not using any Lego modulars. I also have a few twists in mind though, like no normal cars. Okay, because my idea was to have kind of hover cars for mine, but I'm still trying to figure out how to do the hover, how I want to do the whole hover thing. If I want to just get Technic pieces and just make and get some of the translucent disc pieces and just have those underneath, or the little dish pieces and have those underneath, then those would be the hover feature. Or I'm not quite sure how I would want to do that. Did you get any sleeps? He just started following me. I did get some sleep. Yeah, I put on um one of the live streams and then I fell asleep. So for me, I'm one of those weird people where I need something playing in the background, like some type of video or something, in order to go to sleep. But yes, I did manage to go to sleep. Uh, and Ninja wanted me to show it all. So it is still a bit messy. So um, I do apologize for the messiness in advance. So I'm live streaming this off my phone. If you're curious how you do that, you just go to the desktop version of the StreamYard and you're able to stream off your phone, which is actually kind of cool. So I'm happy about that. Um, well, it does depend. I don't really have that many of the bigger action figures, but I guess I could show you the ones that are in this particular area. So Is that Titanium J is here? Hello, hello. In that case, I'm on my way. Was it James Reviews? No, no, it wasn't Jane Bricks. Nah, it was I think it was the stream that I think it was the stream that Khan did. That one where BFAB was trying to rap that one I had to leave real quick to get a taste of some good music. So um as of this moment I just have my little space related minifigures here. I just keep them on here that way I don't have them separated from the other ones. But let me move this a little bit closer because for some reason these lights aren't quite working as well as they should, even though they are really strong LED lights. So yeah, these are pretty much a mix of figures I already had, and then most of them I got off Bricklink. So except for these astronauts here and this, well, I guess I could just show you them. It's okay because we're most likely just gonna get taken off the plate anyway. So yeah, there's the CMF Benny looking agitated. There's this is the Blacktron Bounty Hunter, I think, which is actually kind of cool. I managed to find the series, what was it? The series 9. Hold on. Let me try to get it to focus. There we go. So I managed to find the series 9, I think it was series 9, or it was the series 10 and 11 Galaxy Patrol and the Galaxy Trooper CMFs on Bricklink, and I will be most likely getting those on payday. Just because, yeah, this dude's really cool. He's got a cool looking head sculpt, or I guess face print. Sorry, head sculpt. I'm thinking action figures. I have another YouTube channel where it's just all action figures. So the habits are kicking in. So this is the, wow, really, camera? Really? We're really gonna do this today? This morning? Afternoon? We are really gonna do this today, aren't we, camera? Technology, I tell you. There we go. So this is the female cyborg from series 13, I think, maybe. So something that's really cool, and I didn't know this. So if you have the gamer guy from series 19, his little 2x3 here actually has the cyborg from the same minifigure series, which is actually kind of cool. I did not know that. So that is a cool little Easter egg reference. I think is super cool. And then of course, I already did, or I already gave my thoughts on the Benny Space Squad, which you guys already know I love these little astronauts. Here's the female space astronaut lady. I don't know what set she's from, but she was on Bricklink, and I thought she was cool, so I bought her. She has her little cap, and really, really cool. Really cool. So I'm thinking that once I get to a particular part of my city, I'm going to put a lot of spaceships like that, like shuttles and stuff. Like if I ever decide to get that Saturn V, I most likely will have that sitting in the city. Here is an M-Tron, which is complete that I know of, and he's actually really, really clean. So there's that. And then here's Blacktron, which I don't know if he needs an air tank or not, but it seemed like he didn't. So, but he is also extremely clean too. So I'm happy about that. Then of course there's the Benny, the Lenny, and the Jenny, which I thought that Jenny was going to be the pink one, but it's okay. I guess it's okay for an astronaut. That's a due to have a pink suit. It's all cool. This is the CMF astronaut, which I actually ordered a new helmet for him because I lost his helmet and the visor for it. So luckily it wasn't super expensive to get a new one. So there's that. And then at the same time, I got one of the Mars mission astronauts. Come on. Which I actually had these as a kid. I had one of these sets. So I most likely have one of these torsos in the many things of Lego that I have. Not like accessible to me right now, but once this pandemic ends and I can go look through all that stuff, then I'm sure I'll find one of these. But there is that, and then I also got some of these little ADU troopers. So there is the female one right here. I might need to do these one at a time. Why is my camera having such a hard time today with? There we go. It's got the little alien thing, and then this is cool. She has the little UFO paper on her leg. And she also has she's just a very aggressive minifigure. So, ooh, I might need to, I might need to actually wipe this clear thing because, I mean, I disinfect everything that comes in the mail, so there is that. Although for some reason that's looking real dirty. The visor there, so I'm gonna have to try to do that. And then here's the older ADU trooper who has a wonderful mustache and eyebrows. I'm really, really liking those eyebrows and that mustache. And yeah, really, really cool. And I'm probably gonna eventually find a head to put on here. I just popped one of the older heads I had on here. I think this was from Space Police, I think. If I remember right. I think that's what that's from. So that is all my astronaut figure things at the moment. Let's see. I didn't know that either. Sweet, looks like the army's building up. Should know that once was enough for me. This is it. Oh yeah, someone gets it. That's how I stream at the moon as well, phone streaming. Sorry you can't stay today. Gotta go watch Trolls 2 with son. He wants to stream it today. That's okay. Thank you for stopping in though, Galligate. I definitely appreciate you coming in here and chatting with us for the time that you were able to chat. Um, let's see. I guess some other figures I did get recently was the Series 12, I think, Gamer, which I never got this figure. I think I had the Space Miner from this wave, and then that was it. But I knew someone who had the wizard and the pig, I think, and someone else. But yeah, this one's really cool. The shirt is pretty awesome. It's kind of 8-bit like, which I actually have an NES shirt that is kind of similar to this, but it has the NES Flutto logo on there. So there's that. The Disney CMFs that just pulled me right back into collecting. There's Anna with her soft goods. I thought that was really cool that they actually gave her a cape. Elsa, my so one night after I got off work, I decided that I wanted to go to Walmart for some reason, and I wanted to go through these blind bags. And my coworker was with me at that time, and I had to have gone through, I think, 10 or 15 of these blind bags, and he thought it was really stupid, and he kept telling me that I should have went on eBay and just bought her for the $4, but I was like, no, I don't want to pay the $4 for her. If I pay the $4, I want to pay for an alimentation, and I just want the Elsa. So I ended up getting the Elsa, and then he told me to go back and get the Anna, and then I think at that same time I got the Jack and I got the Sally, and then that was it. I didn't get any of the other figures, and I didn't get any of them from Series 1, which I actually really regret because I wanted about 4 of those minifigures from Series 1, so I'm slowly hunting them down. But yeah, the Sally is pretty awesome. I know there's a custom one, or there might, I can't remember if it was a custom or a bootleg one, but that one had the like animation accurate eyes, but this one just looks really, really cool for some reason. And yeah, Sally's just super cool. And then Jack is just also really cool. Now, he doesn't have the dual molding legs like Sally does, but his printing is really, really cool. I just kind of wish he came with either her or Sally came with Zero, which I was surprised that none of them, not as neither Jack nor Sally came with Zero, which I know they would have been able to do. Like, had they not given us this little present with the snowflake in it, they could have just given us Zero, and I would have been happy. It wouldn't have been super hard because they've already done dogs, like they did Santa's Little Helper, and they've done some of the smaller dogs in the CMF series, so they could have totally went and did that, and I would have been happy, but they didn't. But it's not super horrible. Um, Trying to think of other figures that I got. Uh, Technically, this wasn't from the well, no, I actually got this the same day that I got that Benny, which is the Rex Danger Vest from the little poly bag with the little plant creature thing. Uh, and then that was the same night I actually watched that second Lego movie and was so surprised that I decided to go and get the what's it called? Decided to get 2 of the sets. Did I get any of the space poly bags? No, that one with the satellite, I'm still waiting on that one. I still need to get that one because it does look really cool with the little solar panels and stuff on it. and I'm sure I'll probably have that. I haven't decided how big I want to go with some of the buildings because I thought maybe I would get some of those creator sets, the buildings, and just put those in there because at first I was thinking maybe I wanted to get the toy store, but then I was like, I kind of don't want to because the only reason I would get it is for that little rocket. And then I found out that they did an idea set that's pretty much exactly like that little rocket, but it's bigger and it looks cooler. So I probably might just get that one. So that I have a torso with the Space Invaders character on it. This little gamer guy has a Space Invaders keychain hanging from his pants, which I'll show. It's all about the hunt. Exactly. The Jack and Sally are epic. I only got one from Series 1 that was Buzz Lightyear, one of my favorite figs for sure. Oh yeah, Zero Mold would have been awesome. You could have used yeah. See, I mean, Lego's able to pull off some pretty cool little accessories and stuff like that. But yeah, see he has the little Space Invaders little keychain down there. It's like really hard to see. There it is. So there's that one. uh oh yeah, I did get this one too. This one was from Bricklink, and this was one of the first hauls I did on this channel, which I say that as if I had this channel for like 2 years or something like that. But this was a figure that I was looking for a very long time, and that was the Wild West Wild style. None of the figures from this damn series ever showed up at my Walmart. Not a single one of them. None of this wave showed up at my Walmart, my Target, nothing. And that was back when the movie dropped and the sets were in the stores. I never saw the CMF series ever. But yet there's still a bajillion Dorothys and Totos at my Walmart currently. So I might go back and get that. I know they have the Tin Man, I think, too, but I don't want to dive down that rabbit hole. Like I love the Wizard of Oz, but not like some of these other waves or lines and stuff. So, but yeah, that Wild West Wild style is awesome. I know people were complaining that she has the dress and stuff, but at the same time, it's so cool because it's very goth-like, and she's got like her little, what's it called? Her little skull necklace or her choker, which I think is really cool, and her little fan. So yeah, that was really the only one. I think her and the what's it called? The birdcage robot lady. So like the Wild West one that had the dress and the musket one. I can't remember what her name was, but I wanted her because got the uh I got the Deputron from off Bricklink, the same place I bought the that I bought that Wild Style because he was only like $1 or something like that, and his torso was all cracked and stuff. Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry. So yeah, I bought that from the same Bricklink seller, and I thought I had it here in my baggy minifigures that I was trying to sort, and it turns out that it's not in here. So it must be in that big tub of figures and stuff. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, I might need to replace his arms. They're not super hard to replace. I think they're flesh tone arms, so those are pretty easy to replace. But yeah, there's that. And one of the minifigures I totally forgot I had was the Rocket Boy. This one here. Okay. Yeah. So this was one I totally forgot I had, but I think I picked up multiples of this little Rocket Boy when he came out. I think I grabbed might have been two of them, I think, because there was only two in a set, I think, but he's cool. He has a little flag and stuff. Which I have the flag. I'm just using it for my arcade at the moment, and then he has a classic torso. Is super super cool that they put this on here, but then it also sucks because you can barely see it. But yeah, this costume's really cool. I know there was the firework one, but I don't think it's as cool as this little costume. Um, trying to think of if there was another minifigure I got. I don't think there was. I had to complete the Ozfig collection. Oh yeah, I see that keychain. Sweet. Uh, that's what I'm doing. Only creator sets in my town, but I mod them. See, that's what I was thinking, but then I was like, um, I might just wait and see if Walmart is gonna clearance those, because I think that once this all blows over, I know that Walmart does this huge clearance thing in the summer. So I'm waiting to see if they clearance either the that burger monster truck, or if they clearance some of these creator sets, because there's a really cool like modular building that's like $80 that I know that I can repurpose into a building. But at the moment, I'm trying to tackle this arcade because I'm trying to. At first, it was supposed to be a diner, but then I was like, I kind of want it to be an arcade. And then I was thinking about trying to get ideas for what I wanted that to look like. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I really love Toy Story and I love Pizza Planet. So why don't I make something that's kind of like Pizza Planet? So that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm gonna mostly be doing red and white, and Brick Blaze is gonna help me with that because he bought some Lego arcade cabinets from hold on. Sorry. Um, so yeah, Brick Blaze is gonna help me with the he knows someone that makes the arcade machines, and they do like custom stickers on them too. So the next time that he goes to one of the toy shows in his area, um he's gonna get his information and then he's gonna let me know. So I'm gonna be able to get he does like Street Fighter, all different kinds of uh you know uh what's it called? All different kinds of arcade machines and stuff like that. Yeah, the cafe, that was the one. Yeah, and then I was looking on Amazon and I was like, okay, they got some cool little creator things, but some of them I think I waited a little too long, and then I tried looking on eBay and I was like, ah, man, I think I waited way too long because I totally forgot they did an arcade type of modular, and that was the what was it? I think that was the Skate House. I think that was the Skate House arcade machine, or the arcade that was like a skate house too, and it only built like a quarter of an arcade though. So I was like, ah, that sucks. But I do like uh, the little arcade cabinets in there. But then I was looking on eBay and I was like, ah, man, this thing goes for like 60 to 80 bucks, and I don't want to pay 60 to 80 bucks on that since I have to still order parts to get through the arcade and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of my issue at the moment. But I know that I can repurpose some of those modulars and stuff to to fit the city. So we'll see. I still have to get more base plates and stuff like that too. The bigger, I think it's either, yeah, it's a 64 by 64, I think is what I have the arcade sitting on now. So there is that. Yeah, they had the corner deli too. Like there were a lot of sets and stuff like that that I totally forgot that they made, because that was around that was around the time that I left. So there was all that. Uh, so yeah, I went back and I saw that you said that you saw Emmett hanging. So this was the set that I built last night, and that was the bad cop set. And I had this one. I remember I had this one back when the movie first came out, I think on DVD or something like that. And so I went back and I tracked down the set. I know I have this set, but I don't know if I have it complete, because I did break down the cop car, but I don't know if I have all the parts to it. So I bought it just in case, and I went to build it yesterday, and I the seller said it was complete, but I'm missing a what is it? I think this is a 1x8 flat that's supposed to go here. But I know I have this piece somewhere that I can just put that on, but it's not a super big deal to make, complain about, to bitch and complain about just over a single part. I mean, some people do, and that's, understandable, because, if it's a more expensive set, but I think I paid like 10 or 14 for this. So it's not really a huge deal because I'm not going to really keep this together. I do want to review it, and then I'll most likely just break this down for these parts here, and figure out what I'm going to do with that, since I don't really need railroad tracks in my city. But yeah, that's why Emmett's hanging there. And then I was building this while I was watching Hoosier stream, and I was almost done with this. And I went to go click this bar into this clip piece here, and the fucking thing snapped on me. last night. Yeah, you can see it right there. That piece just literally snapped off as I clicked it in, and I was like, "Are you serious?" And so I went to super glue it on, and I guess this just popped off. So that is kind of shitty that it broke on me. I think I have this part somewhere, but it's just kind of shitty that it broke on me because I've never had that happen to me uh, ever. So I will try to re-glue that back on without gluing the actual bar to the piece. So that kind of sucks, but everything else is pretty much good to go. And I mainly just bought it for the cop car because I am getting these spaceships slowly and slowly. Like I just got this was the first set I think I bought that when I came out of my dark ages was this. And this is the yeah, since it's an older set, that's not bad, only one piece. Hold on 1 minute. Well, it was great meeting you. Welcome into the community. Can't wait to see more. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you gotta go, you gotta hop off. That is completely understandable. Didn't mean to take up a lot of people's time, but just wanted to show this stuff off real quick, and then I will hop off too because I need to get some things done. I need to shoot some reviews and get that stuff going. Yeah, that yeah, that bad cop. Okay. Yeah, you're good, Ninja. I appreciate you hopping on though. Definitely appreciate it. I thought that no one was gonna hop on, so it was cool that some people were able to come on and stuff. So yeah. Uh but yeah, this was the Space Police thing, but I wanted this for my sig fig. So this is my sig rig, and in the back I just have it completely filled with tons of different guns and stuff like that because in my city I'm gonna be a bounty hunter, kind of Cowboy Bebop style. If you've ever watched that anime, which I actually have a action figure of Spike Spiegel right here. This is an import figure straight from Japan, and I think I got that last year. I might have gotten it this year. No, I think it was last year I got that one. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. And I did actually shoot this Bricklink video, but I did not post it yet. So I do have a whole bunch of my sig figs here that I know one is going to be going to Flash Pants uh, whenever this end of the world ends. Then he wanted to do a sig fig trade, so I already got one locked down, so that is exciting for me. But yeah, I had to buy like 6 Spooky Boys, and then I realized, oh, it would be cheaper just to get the torso and the legs. So that's what I might do, and I still need to buy more of the yellow hands. But I might eventually down the line switch out the hands because I had an idea for the hands. But we shall see how that goes. Um, but yeah, so I was gonna review the Space Police set, but I feel like I've already done too much modifications to this thing to review it. So I might not do that, but I did promise to show some figures, like not Lego figures, but some figures. So I shall keep to that promise. So yeah, over here I got some right here. Sick Fig, I followed you on Instagram. I was gonna try to find you on Instagram, but then I was trying to think, is it Brick Ninja? Is it the same thing as your YouTube name? So yeah, you definitely saved me on that one. So I definitely appreciate that. Uh, so yeah, let me just kind of grab these real quick. So a guilty pleasure of mine is like I mentioned, while I was in my dark ages, I kind of swapped out Lego for action figures, and then I was mostly just collecting domestic figures. And then I had some people introduce me to some of the import figures from Japan and stuff like that, and I fell in love with them very quickly. So these two right here are Japanese import figures. These are Figma figures. Technically, they're made in China, which a lot of collectors will leave that out. But yes, the Figmas are made in China, but these are official Figmas. They're not bootlegs, which I put quotations around those because a lot of collectors that can't get their hands on some of these real ones and some of the realer Figmas or official Figmas, they will try to hunt down the bootleg ones, which isn't horrible because I mean not everyone is has the same income, and some of us can't spend a lot and some of us can just go uh, crazy on spending for figures. Um, and some of the bootlegs aren't horrible. However, I think that the bootlegs are really just like QC issued Figmas. Like, you know, if the joint tolerances weren't that good or something, they can't throw them away. So I think they just sell them uh, out of the factory with these issues. So some of them you have to watch out for because some of them have some really shitty paint. Like I have seen, I have seen, and I almost bought a bootleg version of this one, but I was able to hunt down the actual one, and I need to get her significant other, which I have on eBay. I'm watching him, and he's like 50 something, I think. But we'll see. It wasn't the version of him that I wanted. I wanted the version to go with her. But yeah, that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But I still haven't reviewed her on my other channel. But if I do, you will be able to watch it. It is Action Figure Addict 112. That is my action figure related channel. So there's that. This is the Figma Tracer. This is the first import that I ever bought, and she's excellent. And she's super blurry, but yeah, man, this figure is by far one of my favorites that I bought from last year. Has toe joints and everything. So there's that, and then like I mentioned, I collect the wrestling figures. So here's Becky Lynch, and she's cool too. They have all different kinds of action figures. So many, so many, so many action figures. Um, and then I have some of the smaller. 4-inch figures, um, like the GI Joe scaled ones, which is what I'm trying to focus on at the moment, just because they're slightly cheaper. Well, I wouldn't say the GI Joes are cheaper because they're definitely not. Um, they're definitely not cheaper. I think GI Joes are now like what, 20, $30, which is insane. Um, but I did find a company that does them, uh, which I had some mixed feelings about as of recently, and I'll explain why that is. But let me move this out of the way. Put this right here real quick. And I shall show you some of these because I first started customizing with the Lego minifigures. However, it expanded into doing custom figures of 4-inch figures as well. But let me just kind of set some of these here. So since Ninja had to pop out, I feel like it's only right that I show you these. That way, if he ends up watching the replay of the stream, he'll get to see these. And then I'll most likely hop off because I've been on here for an hour, not trying to go super long on here. But I did want to test to see if anyone was gonna watch this, so I'm at least happy that some people came in. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this too. So these are from a company called Joy Toy, which they are a Chinese company. However, they are definitely different from all the other action figures because at least the ones that I've owned that are in the scale. So I want to say I have 5 of these, and they are kind of expensive depending on when you get them. I know during Black Friday they were pretty cheap, at least the girls were, and that was kind of my mistake because I didn't get the girls then because I bought them before they went on sale at the time, so kind of bit myself in the ass there. But yeah, man, these are, I have to move these in here. So these are pretty cool. I believe they are 3D printed figures. Like all the parts are 3D printed. So, however, because I didn't give them any names, I just decided to go ahead and make my own characters out of these. So that is what I did. And they're really detailed. There's some stuff that I've swapped out and stuff like that on some of them. So the one that I just showed you, that was Fox Hunter. That was one of the Fox Hunters. This guy is Wolf. And the only thing I did was I repainted the vest. I redid all the black on here. And then, or at least the trim, I redid the trim. on here, and then I added that little skull on his vest there. So it's kind of a plus that I have experience painting such small details on that from the minifigures, so that's cool. He's got some tattoos and stuff on his arms, which is cool. And this guy came with two heads. This is just the better of the two. And yeah, I gave him a pair of, I don't even know what these are. I think these are, I want to say they're Deagles, but I don't think they're Deagles. But yeah, I just gave him a pair of handguns because uh, him, the girls down here, and I think that might be it, are from a game in China called Crossfire. And so it's super popular in Asia, but no one in the States has heard of it. And because of you need like a VPN to play it here in the States. So there's that. But yeah, they ended up getting the license to make characters of those. So now this one here, this is not all of the original figure. I mean, the body is, but the gear and stuff, I kind of decked out. I ordered parts from a company called Marauders Gunrunners. They do a lot of the 118 scale stuff. They are independent. They're an independent company, and I can gush about them all day because I bought probably about, I don't know, maybe 5 or 7 figures of theirs. I think all together. But yeah, I did the little details and stuff on here. Modified her sniper rifle back here. That's a Fortnite. Trying to get it so that the camera will focus. So yeah, man, these are really cool. Super, super cool. They're definitely different from the GI Joes. So it's a plus. And then this one I just got recently. This was the last thing I ordered from Amazon before all of their before shit started going sideways. At least that was an import thing, that is. So this is Ling. She has the newer eyes. You can tell the other two have like painted on eyes. These are digitally printed on, or they're kind of tampoed on. There you go. So these are kind of tampoed on like the Figma figures. And she's super, super cool. She's in like this schoolgirl type of outfit, which I know some people are into that type of stuff. That's not really why I bought her, but I'm trying to get the camera to focus. There is a little smiley face that's painted. There it is. I didn't think my camera was going to catch it, but it is that super tiny smiley face on the back of her thing. So yeah, she has a knife back there, a handgun right there, which I hate how small this handgun is. It's super tiny and I hate it so much. So I just gave her a pair of I have a pair of handguns that I can give her. And then this one I didn't pay for. This one was actually sent to me by Joy Toy, and I will explain exactly why they sent me this. So I bought one of their mechs secondhand from a fellow collector who bought it from another collector who bought it from a company called Big Eye Toy Store, and They sell all different kinds of stuff. They sell statues, uh, domestic and import figures. They sell Hot Toys. They sell uh, Funko Pops. They sell all kinds of stuff. And so I was going to buy the mech off there, but then they had sold out of the mech. And so I was kind of screwed. So I bought it secondhand. Well, when I had gotten it and I started messing around with the joints, one of the joints snapped, and that was in the hand. The hand just completely snapped off the joint. And so I contacted the dude that I bought it from, and he was willing to give me a refund for it. But I told him that not to worry about it because I was gonna take care of it. And so for 2 months, I was trying to get in contact with this company to try to get a replacement part, and it was such a pain in the ass to do all this because they're based in China, and uh, there was a language barrier between what I was trying to explain to them and what they were trying to tell me. But long story short, I did get the part and I got it fixed, and I'm just gonna sell the damn thing. So luckily, a good friend of mine who's also a figure collector is gonna be taking that off my hands, which is great because otherwise I would have literally thrown that mech in the street and would have just destroyed it with a sledgehammer. That's how frustrating it was to pose it and stuff like that. So, but luckily I did get another mech, which I'm glad I got it when I did because they pretty much sold out of it. And that is this bad boy right here, which is super big and kind of hard to keep into the frame here. So this is the Steelbone Armor mech. This is 1/25th scale. However, I bought it because I needed a mech and it didn't need to be super big. It just needed to be big enough or bigger than the regular figures. And as you can see, it absolutely towers her. And this thing opens up, you can put the pilot in there, and it has a little medic kit. It has a machine gun in there. It's super cool. Um, but I don't need the pilot because I am just going to use one of the characters that I created, and she's going to pilot this thing. So there is that. And there are some things that occasionally fall off of this thing, but it's not as bad as the other mech. But this one I try not to mess around with too much, just because if something breaks, I can't really get the parts easy. Like, you can with Lego, you just order it and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not the case with some of the stuff. Some of these figures and stuff, um, they are kind of hard to get new parts for. Uh, like Mezco's, which I can show you that real quick because I have the only Mezco figure I have, which is right here. I swear I should do a stream and just show you all my action figures one day. Because I told myself that when I started this channel, I wasn't gonna go and show any of my action figures because this was just gonna be strictly a Lego channel, but sometimes I can't help it. So, uh, yeah. So this is my Mezco Catwoman. I try not to mess with her either because Mezco isn't the greatest company to buy from. Uh, they're Their figures are cool because they have soft goods on them. However, if something breaks or there's an issue with your figure, their customer service just sucks ass. If we're gonna be honest, it sucks ass. And yeah, that's why I only have one figure. I had a I bought a Mezco Joker secondhand off someone, and I got it, and I thought I was gonna really like the figure, but I fucking hated it. So I hated it so much that I traded it uh, in exchange for someone who built me um, some custom dios that I use for my figure reviews. So, um, and I just hated Mezcos for a long time, but I needed a Catwoman figure, so I bought that one because I have several Harley Quinn figures and I have a Poison Ivy figure, so I needed her to complete the Gotham City Sirens. So that's why I did that. And I think I'm gonna cut it here just because I don't want to go super in depth with this and bore you guys to death with my uh with just me talking for hours and hours and hours. So I will sign off here, spare you the torture. But I will leave you with this. Brickblaze is going live on his Twitch tonight. He's going to be playing GTA, which is super fun. Bricksmith is always on there, so it's always fun. Um, if you are mature, I definitely recommend checking that out. There is some language and some crude jokes made, but that's just that's just us. That's just some of us in the community. Some of us just like to be immature, and some of us just when we're so chill, we just say stupid shit like that. So yeah. So there's that, and I probably will go live at some point again. I don't want to go live all the time just because I don't want that to just be a regular thing and a bad habit I get into. So I will go live occasionally. I'm sure whenever there's a what's it called, a some type of set that I want to build or something, I will go live and do that type of stuff. But that is going to do it for me. I know I didn't show all of these 118 scale figures because I kind of want to wait for that, show you guys all that stuff. But yeah, that is it for me. Thank you to Ninja with the Brick, Titanium J, hold on, Titanium J 30, or I'm sorry, 52, Galligade, and the Winterbreaker for stopping in, saying hello, chatting with me for the period of time that you were able to chat, and I'll talk to you guys later. More reviews are in the works. Bear with me, please. We are all human. But that's it. I promise. That's it. No more words. That's it. Thank you.